Hey guys, Jason Fulmore, SC Wrestle. Welcome to our special series of 6 minutes focused on the 2022 Tricia Saunders award winners. I had an opportunity to sit down and talk to the award winners, and it was a blast. And you'll see one of the interviews after this intro. But before we get to that, I thought it would be important to explain what the award is and who is Tricia Saunders, because I'm not sure everyone knows. First and foremost, this award is awarded to the top high school senior in each state for excellence on the mat, in academics, and in community service. And Tricia Saunders is truly, I think, a pioneer in women's wrestling. Not that I think, she is truly a pioneer in women's wrestling. And it's important that I think we understand how much she did to forge the way for all the young women who are participating now. So I'm going to read a little bit from the National Wrestling Hall of Fame bio about Tricia Saunders to give you some perspective. First, she was a 4-time world champion and was the first woman ever inducted as distinguished member of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. She captured world championship gold medals in 92, 96, 98, 99. She was outstanding wrestler in 1992. She's the first U.S. woman to win a world title, and she's the only American to win more than 2. Although, when this was written, I'm not sure that they'd seen the likes of Adeline Gray and so on and so forth come along. So I don't know if that record still holds true. She won a record 11 U.S. National Women's Freestyle Championships, and she never lost to a fellow U.S. competitor. She is a strong advocate for women's wrestling, served in leadership positions in USA Wrestling, and pushed for women's opportunities in the sport. She was named the first ever USA Wrestling Woman of the Year in 1997, and has been awarded Woman of the Year numerous times by the U.S. Olympic Committee, so on and so forth. So Tricia Saunders has really set the way, and it's quite an honor to have an opportunity to talk to each of the 6 winners from the Southeast, and just real quick go through those for you. Number 1 is Yasmine Oliveira from Spain Park in Alabama. Ella Beam from Burns High School in North Carolina. Ella was also the Southeast winner, because not only do you win for your state, but then you compete against the other winners to see who wins for the region. Juliana Diaz from Dr. Phillips was the winner from Florida. Lisa Glimpf from Marietta was the winner for Georgia. Bella Hoffman from Fort Mill was the winner for South Carolina. And Valerie Smith from McGavock High School was the winner for Tennessee. I hope you enjoyed the interview that you tuned in for, and check back to watch some of the other interviews. So let's get on to the interview. So today I'm here with Yasmine Oliveira.
Yeah.
I'm sometimes not 100% sure. So you just graduate? Yeah, you just graduated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So has it been a busy spring?
Oh, yes. Very, very busy.
So can you give me a few things? Because I know one of the things that I'm not sure everybody knows about, besides winning this award, and we'll get to that in a second, was you went to Brazil and won. What did you win again?
So it was like the Brazilian World Team Trials. So I have a dual citizenship. I'm a Brazilian citizen and I'm an American citizen. So I have that privilege of choosing like which team I would like to represent in the trials and all that.
Yeah. So you went down there and you qualified for the World Championship, Pan American Games. I'm not 100% sure what you qualified for.
Yeah, so pretty much every weight class, we got to compete to see who was going to represent Brazil in the Pan American Games and hopefully the Worlds in Bulgaria. So I was representing 68 kilos, and I had a bye, and then I had 2 other matches until the finals. And so luckily I won the 68 kilos, and now I get to go to Pan Americans in Oaxtepec, Mexico. So
Wow, that's so awesome.
yeah.
Was that a did you have any nerves going down there and competing in Brazil? Did you know how good they were or anything like that?
So I was pretty nervous actually, just because they don't have flow in Brazil, so I
Right.
can't like be nosy and watch how they do it down in Brazil. But my brother, he was kind of like my little spy when when he got to when he got to Brazil, because he was watching, the same weight classes. Unfortunately, they were like the I believe it's the cadet. So I didn't actually get to face them, but he told me their game, like what I should probably expect. So they do a lot of upper body movements, so a lot of arm spins, more judo based. Judo being a really big sport in Brazil, and I'm
Right.
lucky to have that background, but I had to know how to counter it because I'm sure that's something they perfect. So
That's
yeah.
so awesome. Well, Alabama has made huge strides in girls wrestling over the last few years. What does it mean to be awarded the Tricia Saunders Award for the state of Alabama?
It's a really big honor. It's just so rewarding because Alabama, we've been through a lot. Like we've been through just all these obstacles and like trying to make it a big thing. So just to show that it's like paying off, like we're getting there. We're so close to being like getting a bigger status and like
Mm-hmm.
wrestling growing in Alabama. So it was just extremely rewarding. I was very happy to receive it. So it was a really big deal.
Very cool. Very cool. Is that
Yeah.
your dog in the background?
Yeah. He's trying to make your presence known.
That's cool. I locked mine out, so I totally understand.
Yeah.
So part of a big part of the Tricia Saunders Award is not obviously is obviously your accomplishments on the mat, but
Yeah.
it is also your academics and your community service and things like that. Can you tell me a little bit about did you know you got nominated?
I didn't. I was very surprised.
So do you know who nominated you?
If I had to guess, it was probably my coaches. I know they asked me a couple questions beforehand. I wasn't really sure what it was for. I just kind of do what my coach tells me to do. So
So did they ask you about community service and things you've been doing in the community?
they did. So as far as that goes, like my parents own a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym. So I've ever since I was little, I helped out in kids classes. I was also a part of like my church. Like I'm very involved with my church. So I do a lot of volunteering for them, watching the kids. I love kids. So I get to help out with that. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, do you find it a challenge to balance wrestling and academics and doing all those things, or is it kind of come pretty naturally?
So it is, I'm not going to lie, it is very challenging. You got to kind of choose what you want to be the best at. That was one of my biggest challenges was, I'm not talented enough to be able to like be very good at everything. So I had to choose my heart. I had to choose what I'm like most focused on, but I was still able to kind of like do bits and pieces of everything. So yeah.
So, who got you into wrestling? How did you get into wrestling? And like, what's that story like?
So pretty much when I started wrestling, I did not think anything of it. I was really just trying to get into sport. I was new to the Hoover City school system when I was in middle school. Like eighth grade. I was really just wanting to get involved, and I'm not much of a cheer or dance type of person. So my dad's like, why don't you do wrestling? It's really good. It'll help with your jujitsu. So I got into that, and then I really only got serious about wrestling and like pursuing it my summer junior year going into senior year. And that's when I really got serious about it. So
Well, I saw
very
you up in Fargo, and you were wrestling good. There were some really good matches back and forth. So you could tell you were at that level. You just had to break through. So that's so awesome. What is a hidden talent that you have that nobody knows about or very few people know about off the mat?
I'm actually really good at tumbling. I like do flips and stuff. So that's not really something people, know. But yeah,
Yeah.
I was really good at gymnastics when I was younger. So I can like do cool tricks.
Yeah.
So
Well, and it probably helps on the mat too.
it does a lot of flow and freestyle, so it helps.
Awesome. So where are you headed? And this will be my last question. Where are you headed next? And do you know what you're going to major in?
So I'm headed to King University. I plan on majoring in biology. Yeah, so that's the plan.
And King, why was King the place for you?
Well, first of all, it's number one in NCAA, so I had to go for it, especially with such high hopes and dreams I have. I chose to be a little fish in a big pond and see where that takes me. So I know I'm gonna grow. I know it's gonna be a tough freshman year, but I know I can work my way through it and pick bits and pieces off of what they got. So
Yeah, no doubt. Well, Yasmine, first, congratulations on winning the award. It's really great for Alabama. I mean, as Alabama wrestling continues to progress for the girls. And best of luck at Pan Am's. When can we watch you? When does that happen?
So it's from June 8th to 10th, but I wrestled June 9th. So
June
yeah.
9th.
Oh, July, my bad.
July. Okay. I was
Yes.
like, boy, it's right around the corner, but
No,
July
that's my
9th.
brother.
July
Yeah.
9th. Okay, awesome. Well, I appreciate it. You have a great time, and we'll be watching you.
Thank you.
All right, see you. Bye.
Yeah, bye.